Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to go through the standard for portable fire extinguisher according to nfpa 10 2018. Hazardous and insulation, height and size and placement of the fire extinguishers. An extra hazardous area is recommended for quantity and combustible type of fire is class A and B is fire extinguisher is 18.9 liter, and light hazard area in A and B type of fires were presented are low and fire is less than 1 gallon, which is convert to liter is 3.8 liter in any rooms or area is recommended. And insulation height of the fire extinguisher. Fire extinguisher having a close weight of less than 18.14 kg. Top of the fire extinguisher is not more than 5 feet, which is convert to meter 1.53 meter above the floor level. So when you are installing the fire extinguisher, you have to consider the height from the floor level should not exceed above 1.53 meter, and the fire extinguisher having a close weight greater than 40 lb, which is more than 18.14 kg, except feet type. You have to consider the top of the fire extinguisher is 1.07 meter above the floor level, and the minimum number of fire extinguisher for class A hazard for each floor of the building shall be determined by dividing the total floor area by the maximum area to be protected for fire extinguisher. So the fire extinguisher shall be located so that the maximum travel distance shall not be exceed 75 feet. So when you are installing the fire extinguisher, you have to consider the travel distance from the each fire extinguisher shall not exceed more than 75 feet, and smaller fire extinguisher rated less than 1 rating is not recommended to meet the requirements. Up to 2 water type fire extinguisher, each with the 1 rating, shall be permitted to be used to fulfill the requirements. 2A rated, so it will be equal to 2A rated, and 2 fire extinguisher 9.46 liter water type fire extinguisher shall be permitted to use to fulfill the requirement of 1 for A rated fire extinguisher. So when you have to meet the requirements accordingly. The hazard and insulation height, size, and placement of fire extinguisher. When you are calculating the number of fire extinguishers, you have to consider that up to 1.5 of the complement of fire extinguishers specified in table, the table which is in below, we will look into this, and shall be permitted to be replaced by uniformly spaced 35 hose station for the use by occupants of the building. So when you're calculating the fire extinguisher requirements, that up to 1.5 complement of fire extinguisher, which means you can replace half of the required number of fire extinguisher specified in the standard. So when you're used to provide the water firefighting hose drills, you will 6 number of fire extinguisher, for example. Or when you used to install the horse station, firefighting horse station, you can you can reduce the number of fire extinguisher in hull, which means you can use to place three number of fire extinguisher to cover the remaining areas. So they shall be permitted to replace the by uniformly 38 hose station, which instead of placing more fire extinguisher, you can install hose station which are location with the hose for firefighting that are spaced evenly throughout the building. Each hose station would have 1.5 inch, which is 38 hose. So these are the requirements. So if you want to reduce the number of pipes user according to standard, we have to provide the firefighting hose reel with the 38 hose station. Pipes user size and placement for Class A hazards. Criteria and light hazards, occupancy, and ordinary hazard areas and extra hazards. So when you used to select the fire extinguisher, you have to consider the hazard level of the hazard that and maximum floor area per unit is recommended 3000 square feet for light hazardous area. And ordinary hazardous area is to consider the 1500 feet. When you have extra hazardous, you have to consider the 1000 square feet. And maximum floor area per bike user is recommended 11,250 square feet. It's same for the light and ordinary extra hazardous areas. And maximum travel distance is recommended is 75 feet from the each bike user. Capacity, pressure, discharge time and distance. This data has been collected from the technical data sheet of the manufacturer. So criteria and rated. So I have been taking the 2 rated and 4 rated bikes user from this table for the understanding. The capacity of the 2 rated bikes user is usually 9.5 liter, which is capable for cover the 2 square meter fire, 2 square meter area fire, and discharge time is up to 60 seconds, and it is on the specific type and the design as per the manufacturer, and distance it can reach 6 to 8 meter, and for uses size and placement for class B hazards up to. So type of hazard, the class B fire has been categorized light and ordinary and extra. The same depending on the hazardous, you have to select the suitable fire extinguisher, and the distance are same. Maximum travel distance you have to consider the same for all rated fire extinguishers according to standard. And the capacity and pressure and discharge time and the distance for these B rated fire users are the same as we discussed earlier in class A rated fire user, but it will be changed depending on their capacity. Like for as we discussed earlier, the 5 means which is the area that fire extinguisher is capable for cover the fire. So the 5 B rated fire extinguisher is 9 liter, which is capable for cover the 5 square meter area fire. So B rated fire extinguisher it is capable for cover the 10 square meters and 20 square meter, 40 square meter and 80 square meter. So when you purchase the fire extinguisher, you have to check the rate of the fire users given by the manufacturer, and the discharge time is depending on the rate of the 5x users, and the pressure bar is same. It may change depending on the manufacturer and design, and distance also may change depending on the rate and the size of the 5x user population. So how to find out the number of 5x users are required to cover the flow areas. So here we go. According to standard, the minimum number of 5x users for class A hazardous for each floor of the building shall be determined by dividing the total floor area by the maximum area to be protected for 5x users. So where the floor area of the building is less than 3000 square feet, at least one pixel of the minimum size is recommended. When you're calculating if the floor area is less than 3000 square feet, you have to consider minimum size of the pixel to cover the area, like two aerated pixels. The formula to find out the number of pixels are required to cover the class A hazardous for each floor of the building. So I'm going to use this formula to find out the total floor area is taken 67,500 square feet, and according to standard is maximum area to be protected for 5 user is 11,250 square feet. So when I'm dividing the floor area by the maximum area to be protected for 5 users, I got a 6 5 users are required to cover floor area. Thanks for watching my